Sadly for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who says freedom is not something that one people can bestow on another as a gift. So you want to feel free, you need to start from yourself. So that's our quote of the day by Ghana's first president, Osagyefo for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. You'll be hearing a lot of local proverbial sayings and a lot of quotes from Ghanaian people and even African people as we celebrate our Independence Day. Let's now bring you a word of the day. Mind you, every morning here on the show, we help you improve your English language writing and, of course, speaking.
Today's word is F-R-U-G-A-L. Frugal. It's an adjective. Frugal means avoiding waste by being careful when using money or food. Example, the Johnson family lives a frugal life despite being rich. Frugal.
In the wake of our current economic dispensation, please be frugal. Don't be like some of us who are spendthrifts. We spend money, but now we're learning to be very, very frugal. We are not in normal times anyway, in terms of our economic livelihood. But that's our word of the day. Look forward to it every morning here on the show. Let me pump you up a bit. I know that moving out of the house early morning is not friendly, especially not for some of us. But we still have to go out there and earn our keep. So let me pump you up with our video of the day. I don't know if Nkrumah will be turning in his grave by now. Well, the song says, Nkrumah where you dey. Let me now bring you inside out. So on Inside Out this morning, yesterday was the opening of the National Economic Dialogue, and President Mahama was there. He spoke. The Finance Minister, Dr. Kesi Alatu-Forsing, was also there, and President Mahama, in his speech, preached against recklessness in the economy.
Ghana's economy suffered heavy setbacks owing to the COVID-19 pandemic, coupled with geopolitical aggression between Russia and Ukraine. Dr. Ismail Yamson, chairman of the National Economic Dialogue Planning Committee, admitted the impact of these external shocks, but argues that more of the country's economic challenges are caused by local factors.
I must admit, Your Excellency and distinguished guests, that in the last 68 years of independence, Ghana has also suffered severe disruptions and dislocations from external shocks, including the COVID-19 pandemic and major supply chain disruptions following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and now the great disruption originating from the current U.S. administration. We cannot ignore them, but the stark truth is that the overwhelming majority of our problems are homegrown and self-inflicted.
As part of remedial measures, the erstwhile NPP government sought a $3 billion bailout from the IMF as investors were slapped with debt exchanges. During his opening remarks at the ongoing National Economic Dialogue, President Mahama emphasized that the NDC government's 24-hour economy policy stands as a viable panacea to the country's economic woes.
A new era is upon us. An era of bold transformation, economic expansion, and limitless opportunities. At the heart of our vision for Ghana's future is the implementation of a 24-hour economy that works for all. This strategy will revolutionize our economic landscape. It will create sustainable jobs and position Ghana as a competitive force on the global stage.
The president further expressed his misgivings in the banking sector cleanup under the Akufo-Addo administration, calling it an ill-intended exercise.
Inflation erodes the value of wages and savings, pushing many into a cycle of poverty. Meanwhile, the ill-considered collapse of indigenous banks significantly reduced indigenous presence in Ghana's financial and banking space and led to massive job losses.
On his part, founding president of the African Center for Economic Transformation, Dr. Kewe Amwaku, urged Ghanaian citizens to be involved in the resetting agenda.
The 120-day social contract that President Mahama has laid before us identifies many concrete actions that will help us move forward towards our goals. But a contract can only exist between two or more people or two or more parties. Neither the government nor the people can achieve our vision for a transformed Ghana alone. We as Ghanaian citizens have a responsibility to take up the mantle of accountability and progress if we want to see lasting change.
The 2025 National Economic Dialogue is themed Resetting Ghana, Building the Economy We Want Together, with stakeholders from government, businesses, and civil society in attendance. The dialogue is expected to set the course of Ghana's economic recovery and long-term growth.
For every ton of cocoa delivered this year, in fulfillment of the rollover contract, Ghana Cocoa Board and the Ghanaian farmer would lose $4,000 per ton in revenue. No wonder we are unable to offer the cocoa farmer the right price, because every ton delivered because of the rollover contract, $4,000 has been lost. And so the government is unable to offer enough for the cocoa farmer. And this is what is actually leading to the smuggling of cocoa beans to our neighboring countries, Togo and Ivory Coast. Cocoa Board's extra budgetary spending is also a major fiscal risk. Total debt at the Ghana Cocoa Board is 32.5 billion, of which 9.7 billion is due to be paid at the end of September 2025. The energy sector in Ghana has become a ticking time bomb, costing about 2% of GDP every year. The objectives of the energy sector recovery program are completely off track. Fixing the sectors require radical measures. High generational costs due to lack of competition and limited renewable capacity in the energy mix is a problem. High distribution and collection losses at ECG. High distribution and collection losses at ECG is also a problem. Currently, only 62% of total energy purchased by ECG is collected. And even out of this 62%, 65% of that amount is used to pay for supplies through the cash water fall mechanism. Unfortunately, 35% of ECG's revenue is used to take care of ECG themselves over things that they don't actually require.
So that was the opening of yesterday's National Economic Dialogue. Now the big question remains, will an economic dialogue set the path towards Ghana's economic recovery and resetting Ghana's economy for the long-term growth? Today, the speakers will also be back at the National Economic Dialogue. We hope that by the end of this dialogue, Ghana's vision for macroeconomic stability will be realized. That's it for Inside Out. Let me bring you sports just shortly. On Sports Chat, Jones ADZ has joined me. I like the way he responds when we're outside.
We're outside. Yeah. We're inside, but
today we are inside. Yes. But later we'll go outside. Anyway, what's up this morning?
Right, so we have a lot from Kumasi.
Okay.
Pole. We understand that the suspect, what's the name? Mutala taught me something. Until the court says it's murder. Don't say it's murder. So we will not call him a murderer yet, but then he's a suspect.
You cannot. Yeah.
Okay. So I've learned that one.
Suspect.
So, but we understand that the guy Ijakpa, and he's actually in Senegal right now.
The alleged suspect.
Yes. Yes.
He's Jakpet already.
Yes.
Hey.
And the girlfriend kept him for 11 days.
Where?
We don't know. But she actually concealed him. So investigations were underway.
And then these are things that the investigation is unraveling.
And then she came out clearly showing that she didn't know anything about the whereabouts of the guy. But later, it has come out that she knew and actually helped him to escape. So he's not in the country at the moment. And Kotoko was so pissed. Like, when the statement they released on X came out, you can actually see that they are not happy. And
the tone.
Yeah. It's just bad that a woman can do that, but it means that she chose love
but you
over
see,
justice.
Sometimes it depends on what the men tell us.
Yeah.
So you might never know. Maybe he felt his life was in danger and they didn't actually tell her the truth.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
A lot is happening in Ghana. So.
Well, I mean, but then before we go to other stories, yesterday we started an agenda.
Okay.
Who's your favorite Black Stars captain? Asamoah Gyan. Let's start from the senior.
Tornado.
Yes. Steven Appiah.
Tornado is my all-time favorite. Yeah.
You know, wait to make a finish there.
Tornado is my all-time favorite.
Asamoah Gyan did there. Baby Jet. World Cup. 2014.
See, I like Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah.
I like Andre Dede Ayew, no doubt. Asamoah Gyan, I like him, but Tornado is my all-time favorite.
Why?
You see, he has this energy.
Yeah.
that he brings to the team. You know, when he's there, he's able to whip up the boys. Asamoah was able to do his part, but I mean, you cannot take that away from Tornado.
Wow. I mean, for me, I think he doesn't speak much. He comes in, and
you see, so that's it.
And you know that, yeah.
It's just action. He doesn't need to say the words.
Yeah. But for me, it's Asamoah Gyan.
It's Asamoah Gyan.
He's giving us our highest moments. He's giving us our lowest moments. And I ask you about the moments you never forget. I'm sure you would say
that penalty. Yes. You see, yes. That's why I say I like Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah.
I mean, for all the good reasons. But when it comes to leadership, I'd give it to Tornado.
Right. Then 1-0. We'll continue tomorrow. Let's move on to the Ghana Football Association. You know, President Mahama came out to say that this time we know they bring any secrecy and all that. And yesterday, Keto Kweku was at the Ministry of Youth and Sports and he introduced the coach, Otuado, assistant coach Desmond Ofe, and the new technical director Winifred Schaefer to Honorable Kofi Adams. And so when the pictures came out, they were shaking hands and smiles like, okay, be like right now there. Vimde.
Oh my God.
Yesterday, Keto Kweku and the GFA were at the ministry. The Black Stars are going to be, so there are some images there. The Black Stars are actually going to be in action later this month in the World Cup qualifiers, and we understand that they came to seek his blessings ahead of the World Cup qualifiers. So we wait to see how that goes, and we wish them all the best. We hope.
I hope guy when he training there he can work.
Oh yeah. He's actually an AFCON winner. He won the AFCON in 2002 with Cameroon. He's from Germany. He's 70 and above. Though.
You see, sometimes I don't know. So we shouldn't watch in a dry because see, they excel. Elsewhere, but when they come to Black Stars, see Akisiapia. He didn't find his grounds cry. He don't sit up with Black Stars. But look at what he's doing in Sudan. He's doing so well.
Well, I mean, I think it's time. It will take time. And you see, Ghana, we have 30 million coaches. So it's not easy. It's not easy.
That's true. We're all coaches.
Asian were in there, but he was leading the team. So it just shows that sometimes Asamoah Gyan has.
That's what I'm saying. I like him. I mean, Penasem, no doubt.
But
you see.
For you,
but
dear.
For me, dear.